That said, I respect that you are our president-elect, and I want to be able to support you. But first, I ask that you support me.
You know, I think you can't have it both ways, right? If you take a job as a public advocate, then you must advocate publicly, right? You advocate for, you know, I mean, I think powerful women often, you know, they get concerned with this idea that they're going to be seen in this unforgiving light, and, you know, screw that. It's so old-fashioned, and it's so uninspired.
It's not a political issue. It's a human rights issue. With those 9 words, Scarlett Johansson launched a missile directly at Trump that reportedly left Melania seething with rage. The Black Widow actress didn't just criticize, she systematically dismantled Trump's stance on women's healthcare. Melania's reaction wasn't just disappointment. Insiders describe it as an absolute meltdown. The First Lady, who's carefully crafted her public image, is now facing her worst nightmare. Another strong woman exposing what the Trump family really thinks about women's rights. And what happened next shows just how deep this conflict really goes. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. When Scarlett Johansson stepped into the spotlight to criticize Donald Trump, she wasn't just another Hollywood celebrity with an opinion. She was Black Widow herself, armed with words sharper than any vibranium shield, ready to take down what she viewed as a genuine threat to women everywhere. And boy, did she deliver a hit that left the Trump family reeling. Johansson didn't mince words when addressing Trump's stance on women's health care.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about Ivanka Trump actually very recently. I'm sure you saw the interview she gave with Gayle King yesterday, but it's such an old-fashioned concept that to be this powerful woman, you know, you can't appear, you know, to be concerned with like you're going to feel that somebody's going to think that you're, you know, that you're bitchy, which is that she felt that the greatest change that she was going to, you know, the biggest influence that she would have, or the change that she would make, actually would be behind closed doors. You know, nobody would actually know that she had made this change.
With millions watching, she cut straight to the heart of the matter, declaring that a woman's right to choose is a deeply personal one and should not be a part of anyone's political platform. Her precision was surgical, no dramatic Hollywood flair, just a devastating truth bomb that exploded right in Trump's Twitter feed. What made Scarlett's takedown especially powerful was how she reframed the entire debate. While Trump and his cronies were busy painting reproductive rights as some political football to toss around for votes, Johansson completely flipped the script. She straight up told America that women's bodily autonomy has nothing to do with politics in the slightest, but instead was about honoring and respecting women and about upholding the law. Boom! Just like that, she yanked the conversation out of Trump's preferred political arena and placed it squarely where it belongs, in the realm of basic human dignity. But Scarlett wasn't done yet. In what has to be one of the cleverest moves in celebrity political commentary, she turned her attention to Ivanka Trump, effectively using the daughter as a weapon against the father. Talk about a plot twist worthy of a Marvel movie. Johansson called out Ivanka's bizarre position as both a self-proclaimed women's advocate and a silent enabler of her father's policies. "You can't have it both ways," Johansson declared, taking direct aim at Ivanka's contradictory stance. This wasn't just some vague celebrity rant. This was Scarlett systematically dismantling the Trump family's entire female-friendly facade. She specifically targeted Ivanka's claim that she advocates behind closed doors, essentially calling BS on the whole arrangement.
Support my sister, support my mother, support my best friend and all of our girlfriends, support the men and women here today. President Trump, I did not vote for you.
I thought to myself, well, that's empowering. I mean, how old-fashioned, you know, this idea that behind a great man is a great woman. What about being in front of that person or next to them?
If you've taken a public advocacy job, Johansson argued, then guess what? You need to actually advocate publicly. What a concept. The word complicit became Scarlett's knockout punch when discussing Ivanka. It wasn't just an accusation. It was a perfect encapsulation of the first daughter's entire problematic role in the administration. With that single word, Johansson managed to articulate what millions of Americans were thinking but couldn't quite express so eloquently. The complicit label stuck to Ivanka like toilet paper on Trump's shoe walking up the Air Force One stairs. What really gave Scarlett's criticism its extra sting wasn't just what she said, but who she is. This wasn't some random Twitter user with 12 followers. This was one of the highest-paid actresses in Hollywood, a woman with genuine cultural influence who could reach audiences that Trump desperately needed to maintain his brand. Her star power amplified her message and made it impossible to dismiss as just another celebrity rant. As Johansson's comments ricocheted through social media and news outlets, something interesting was happening behind the gilded doors of Trump Tower. Sources close to the first family reported that Melania Trump was absolutely livid. Not publicly, of course. Melania saves her public expressions for plagiarizing Michelle Obama speeches and wearing inappropriate jackets to visit migrant children. But behind the scenes, total meltdown mode. Why was Melania so upset? Reports suggest she was furious about yet another powerful woman exposing the hypocrisy at the heart of the Trump family. While Melania has crafted her image as the silent, stoic First Lady, Johansson's outspoken advocacy represented everything Melania wasn't: direct, unafraid, and unwilling to compromise on women's issues. Scarlett basically showed up wearing the same dress to the party, except hers wasn't made of hollow promises and complicit silence. The clash between these two women represents something much bigger than a celebrity feud. On one side stands Johansson, publicly calling for accountability, using her platform to advocate openly for women's rights, refusing to accept the politics-as-usual excuse. On the other side is Melania, privately seething, publicly silent, embodying the very type of behind-closed-doors approach that Scarlett explicitly criticized. So here we have two women, two completely different styles. Scarlett out there with her megaphone, while Melania's sitting in her gold-plated tower, quietly seething. It's like comparing a firecracker to a pressure cooker. Behind that model pout, Melania's fury speaks volumes about what happens when celebrities use their platform to poke the Trump bear. The thing about the Trumps is they can control their rallies, their tweets, even their friendly Fox News interviews. But they can't stop A-listers like Johansson from reaching millions with a truth bomb that hits right where it hurts. The million-dollar question hanging over the White House like a bad toupee: will Melania ever let her true feelings fly? Or will she keep playing the silent wife while other women do the dirty work of calling out her husband? Either way, Scarlett's got the last laugh while Melania's got nothing but private rage.